next 10 years. Sounds like a decent chunk of time, doesn't it? But in the grand story of our planet, it's just a flash. Yet this coming decade, it could change everything about life as we know it. Forget those far-off, dusty sci-fi futures. Scientists are sounding the alarm right now about some critical lines we're about to cross. We're not dealing in vague guesses here. These are stark, fact-based forecasts, painting a pretty chilling picture of what's almost on our doorstep. That feeling of normal we've all been clinging to, it's on seriously shaky ground. From the climate that keeps us alive to the delicate balance of global stability, big, alarming changes aren't just on the horizon anymore. They're here. Tonight, we're not going to sugarcoat it. We're counting down 10 of the most terrifying scientific predictions for what Earth could be up against in just the next 10 years. And trust me, these aren't pulled from a movie script. They're rooted in current trends, solid scientific reports, and what the experts are seeing. Kicking off our list, we've got the growing monster of severe economic instability. Picture this: climate change, super fast tech shifts, and global tensions all brewing together. The prediction? It's going to make the gap between the rich and the poor a whole lot wider. Those who are already vulnerable, especially in developing countries, are going to feel the squeeze the most. And this isn't just about bank balances. We're talking about more poverty, more people forced to leave their homes, and rising anger as that gap becomes a canyon. Some experts are even muttering about a possible global economic crash starting as early as 2025, which would just pour gasoline on the fire. As the things we absolutely need, like clean water, good farmland, and vital minerals, get scarcer, the fight for them is only going to get more intense. This isn't some distant worry. It's a storm brewing right now, one that experts believe will crank up geopolitical tensions and could even spark new conflicts. Then, throw in the mad dash for tech dominance, especially in things like AI and who controls the digital world. We could see countries walling off their internet, making it harder to work together and trade. The chances of conflict, especially within nations struggling for resources or with shaky leadership, are looking disturbingly high in several hotspots. If the last few years hammered anything home, it's how incredibly vulnerable we are to pandemics. And the experts? They're warning us that this threat is far from over. There's a significant chance, some figures go as high as 27.5%, of another pandemic as deadly as COVID-19 rearing its head within the next decade. Things like climate change, more international travel, and humans pushing further into animal territories are just giving viruses more chances to make that jump. And beyond what nature throws at us, new biotech advancements also bring the unsettling thought of engineered diseases, whether they get out by accident or on purpose. Artificial intelligence is evolving at a dizzying speed. Amazing potential, right? But it also comes with some terrifying downsides. Within the next 10 years, AI in the wrong hands could mean cybersecurity threats like we've never seen. Think AI-powered attacks capable of shutting down essential services and causing massive chaos. We're talking AI that can design malware no one can detect, or deepfakes so convincing they could trigger financial panics or political meltdowns. Some experts are even worried AI could end up being a bigger help to the bad guys than to those trying to stop them. It's no surprise the AI cybersecurity market is booming. The threat is escalating. The absolute essentials for life, food and water, are likely to become increasingly hard to come by in many parts of our world. Changing weather patterns, more frequent and brutal droughts, and blistering heat waves will seriously mess with agriculture. What does that mean for us? Food shortages and skyrocketing prices hitting the poorest people the hardest, naturally. Water scarcity, which is already a massive issue in tons of places, is predicted to get much, much worse, seriously upping the risk of conflict over this precious resource. The world's coastlines are on the front lines of a disaster unfolding in slow motion. As global warming keeps doing its thing, glaciers and polar ice sheets will melt faster and faster, pushing sea levels higher. And this isn't just a problem for faraway islands. Major coastal cities all over the globe are staring down the barrel of constant flooding, salt water seeping into their fresh water, and eventually millions of people being forced from their homes. Some low-lying nations might literally be fighting for their existence as their land gets gobbled up by rising tides and more powerful storm surges. What we used to call a once-in-a-century storm or heat wave, that's rapidly becoming the terrifying new standard. Disasters fueled by climate change, like record-breaking heat waves, catastrophic floods, and wildfires that burn with terrifying intensity, are forecast to ramp up dramatically, both in how often they happen and how bad they get. Millions more people around the world are going to find themselves directly in the path of these events. The number of days with extreme life-threatening heat is expected to shoot up, especially in regions already battling high temperatures. Now we're getting to the really heavy hitters. While the big Paris Agreement aimed to keep global warming to 1.5 degrees or 2 degrees at the absolute worst, what countries are actually doing right now just isn't cutting it. It's falling dangerously short. Based on these weak efforts, scientists project we're heading for a devastating temperature spike of between 2.6 and 3.1 degrees Celsius by the end of this century. That kind of warming would mean ecosystems collapsing all over the place, a catastrophic loss of animal and plant life, and human suffering on a scale that's almost too horrifying to imagine. This isn't just a guess. It's the path we're currently on. That 1.5 degrees Celsius warming limit, it's not just some random number, it's a vital safety rail. Scientists have been shouting from the rooftops that going past this line massively increases the risk of severe, irreversible climate damage. And here's the really terrifying part. There's now up to an 80% chance that we'll temporarily shoot past that 1.5 degrees Celsius mark in at least one of the next 5 years. And get this, there's a 70% chance that the average global temperature for the 5-year stretch between 2025 and 2029 will be more than 1.5 degrees hotter than it was before industrial times. We are teetering right on the edge of this make-or-break climate boundary. This is, without a doubt, the most chilling forecast of them all. Scientists are warning that within this next decade, possibly as early as 2035, our world could hit a point of no return for climate action. What does that mean? It means that beyond this point, some of the most catastrophic consequences of climate change could become locked in, completely unavoidable and irreversible. We're talking about crossing critical tipping points in Earth's systems, things like the permanent collapse of massive ice sheets in Greenland and West Antarctica, the Amazon rainforest dying back, or crucial ocean currents that control our climate shutting down. Once these dominoes begin to fall, it might be impossible to stop the slide towards a planet that's fundamentally changed and far, far more hostile to us. Okay, that was a lot to take in, and I know it's all deeply unsettling. But here's the crucial bit. These scenarios aren't guaranteed. They do demand that we sit up, take notice, and act fast. What are your biggest worries for the coming decade? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this information important, please give this video a like, subscribe for more honest looks at the major issues our world is facing, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future updates. The next 10 years look set to bring a whole mess of crises that will test humanity in ways we've never seen. And while these predictions are undeniably dire, the future isn't written in stone just yet. Being aware, truly understanding these threats, is the very first step towards doing something about them. It's vital if we're going to even try to navigate the turbulent times ahead and work towards a safer, more sustainable future for Earth. Thanks for watching.